the undergraduate economics and management degree program isn't a practical degree that'll specifically set out to teach you how to start a business. But you started a business. Do you feel like you were able to do that better because of the program that you were on?
Yes, definitely. I think that's actually one of the things that makes economics and management unique compared to what's offered at a lot of other business schools, is that it focuses on giving people the fundamentals that are required to actually present arguments, talk to each other, and like actually interact with other humans in a way that's sort of academically rigorous. And that's one of the things that I really liked. It's maybe not for everyone, but I think a lot of very successful business leaders have that type of background.
So did you find that you learned a lot from your peers who were studying other subjects?
Yes, definitely. I think one of the things that's great about Oxford is the college structure, so you actually get to also spend time with people who don't just study your course, which is quite different from a lot of other universities. So you definitely learn a lot, not just in terms of starting a business, but also just sort of life in general by being with people who have completely different backgrounds and are studying completely different things. So I think that's a sort of core piece of what it means to study here.
Okay, so I first met you, Anders, when you came to do tutorials with me on strategic management, and you wrote essays every week about the general theory of strategy. But it was in those essays that you first started at least telling me about your thinking about a new entrepreneurial venture. Can you remember some of what you were saying in those essays all those years ago?
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the things that's probably the most unique about having a business school within Oxford, is that you actually get to have sort of the resources of the university in terms of tutorials and one-on-one teaching or one-to-two teaching. And one of the things that I did was that I got, given I was doing the strategic management tutorials, I actually tried to sort of tie in our work at what was back then called Ublend, which was the startup, into some of the strategic management pieces. So for example, we would write about the resource-based view of the firm, and then I would try and tie that into like what are the sort of resources of a startup actually, which is usually quite different from some of the things that are covered in strategic management theory. So I thought that was a pretty unique experience, which helped me both as an entrepreneur and also as from a sort of more academic perspective.
Do your elevator pitch for Aula. Mm-hmm. Go.
Aula, it's a communication platform for education that students and educators use to communicate with each other whilst at universities, so that students stay on their course and so that they learn more.
Any advice for young entrepreneurs?
Find mentors or angels who are close to your stage in terms of where the company is. I think a lot of founders go out and find like very sort of impressive people, and that's fine. But I think also just finding someone who's like 2 years ahead of you, like that's one thing I would definitely recommend everyone to do. It'll save you lots of headaches.